Hello and welcome to ITM 300. I'm Jörg Schwartz and I'll be your instructor for this summer trimester. The class is called ITM 300, but it's a class that I have been taught, that I taught many times before, ITM 345. It's a foundational class and I will go over the details of the content of the class and also explain the assignments and expectations for the class in this introduction video. Throughout the semester, I will be using Screencast-O-Matic a couple of times and communicate with you. If you want, we will try to set up one or two conference calls for Q&A sessions prior to the midterm and final semester, so you have the opportunity to interact and ask your questions. All right, let's get started going over the class. As I said, this class is a foundation for information technology management. It covers all the essential topics for IT management. We will talk about the fact that business goals drive IT goals. One of the reasons why CIOs are at the board of directors is because they can understand the business drivers and transform those business drivers into directives for IT. So we'll talk about this. And then pretty much the rest of the class falls into the category people, process, and technology. IT management is not only about technology. A lot of people that come from the computer science side think that IT management is about technology, but that's not the case. We've seen a lot of projects that's failed, not because of the technology, but because either of the process or because people were not engaged properly. So we'll talk about things like enterprise architecture, which is a framework to align business goals and IT goals and plan ahead where the direction for IT management should take the organization. We'll talk about portfolio management, project management, IT governance. There are opportunities to explore in depth ITIL and COBIT. We'll talk about agility, which is a big topic currently. Cloud computing, also a very big topic. We'll touch upon sustainability. We'll talk about outsourcing. We'll cover return on investment and net present value. And we'll talk about customer lifetime value and also business intelligence and BPM. So you see that this is a very broad course. We will cover a lot of topics. We'll cover those topics fairly shallow because pretty much for all of these topics there are other classes here at Golden Gate University in the ITM program that go in depth. I teach myself, for example, a class about business intelligence and decision support systems. There are other classes about finance for IT managers. There are classes about portfolio management and project management. So pretty much all the topics that we will cover, there are more in-depth classes that you can take later on. But this class is an overview for ITM students, and it's also a great opportunity for MBA students to get some appreciation of what IT management is about. The assignments is weekly homework, and there are basically two components. One is the questions. They're usually 3-4 questions that are about the reading that you do that week. They're due Sunday before midnight. Some of the questions are also relevant for the midterm, and when I allow notes for the midterm and the final exam, you can actually take the answers to questions into the exam, and that could be very useful. It's also a good way for you to reflect on what you read and apply it to the questions. The second part of the weekly assignments is the weekly discussion. This is usually something where I found an article or there's a video on YouTube or something that you are asked to comment on. The discussions always have two parts. Part one is that you prepare your response. Ideally, you do some research, you post your response by Friday, and then you check back Saturday and Sunday, read the responses of other students, and make comments about that. You will get points for both parts. So it's important, especially in a cyber class like this, that we create a little bit of interaction and get a chance to learn from each other, and the weekly discussions are a way to do that. We also have mini reports. These are my favorite assignments because they give you the opportunity to explore a little bit and do some research. This is a graduate class, so I think it's very important that you learn how to analyze literature and prepare reports. The first report is about Dell. So everybody will do that same report. This is just to get familiar with the format, and you will analyze the data from an interview with a Dell CIO, but you can also do some additional research and apply what we learn in class. The other three mini reports that you prepare throughout the semester, you can pick topics from a list. I have 3 blocks of topics. For each report, you can pick a topic from one of the 3 blocks. So you will have picked one topic from each block throughout the semester. And then you can prepare a research report. I expect this report to be in APA format, both from a formatting and a structural perspective, but also citing literature. And I want you to use the GGU library and utilize good literature. Okay, then the term paper is about a Harvard Business Review case. Download it early and apply what you learned in class to the case. This case is pretty much about IT governance. It has elements of IT technology, portfolio management, and technologies such as cloud computing. So it's a very interesting case. It's fairly recent, from 2011. So it's up to date, really nicely written, and very relevant to our class and to real life. There are 2 parts to the assignment. In week 11, you will submit a chapter outline. By that time, I want to see what you already prepared and how you applied what we learned in class to the case. You don't have to write actually a lot of content. I just want you to show me the structure and what you will write in each chapter. Okay? And then the final paper is due in week 15, 10 or so pages. If it's 9 pages, that's okay. If it's 15 pages, that's okay too. You can do a case analysis, meaning you use the information from the case, but you can do research and utilize literature from the GGU library. I want you to apply concepts from the class. There are 2 exams, a midterm that is not proctored. It's open book and open notes. There are questions from the homework and class assignment, and it's all short essay answers, no multiple choice, and no test generators. These are all questions that you should be able to answer from what we discussed in class. The final exam is a similar format, but it's proctored. It's closed book but open notes, so you can take your homework notes to the exam. And there are short, mid, and long-term, longer essay answers that are required. For the class, we use a special textbook. The textbook is CIO Best Practices. And we use a special edition here at GGU, which combines the first and the second edition. If you do have the first edition and the second edition, that's okay too. The first and the second edition are okay, but for the special edition, we selected several chapters from both books, and they are in the special edition. So we only capture stuff that is in the special edition. which is not all the chapters from either of the books. We also have the Harvard Business School case. We'll use the Golden Gate University Library for research. There is a collection of very good articles from peer-reviewed journals. So this is, where we get good quality literature. And then finally, we'll use some articles from the trade press, like the CIO magazine. I've been in the industry for, well, almost 30 years now. So I am an IT professional. I worked for a very long time at Sun Microsystems. Now I work at Agfa Healthcare. So I'm living this every day. I think one of the great opportunities for you as a student at Golden Gate University is that Golden Gate has professors who are not just academics, but who are living what they teach every day. And that's certainly the case here. I am in IT management. I have been building solutions throughout my professional career. And so we're trying not to do academic busy work and stuff that is not relevant, but really prepare you for the real life. And if you are already in a job, we want to get you ready for the next step and get you ready to take a management position. So I hope you will enjoy the class. If you have any questions, always feel free to send me an email and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And most of all, enjoy. All right.